This is a very specific topic for history of the Japanese neurosurgery because, some of the neurosurgeons in this hospital knows that I am from Japan, so they asked me to give this talk. Probably, none of you are interested in Japanese history of the neurosurgery, but, I'm going to talk about Japanese and American neurosurgery. Don't worry. So this shows that how developed the Japanese neurosurgery. The first things. Actually, history of the neurosurgery is not so long, because neurosurgery is a surgery in the brain or surgery in the spinal cord. It's like a gut area. We don't want to touch if you don't need to, but sometimes we have to do. The first thing they recognized was infection or stroke and patient, so they started neurosurgery from that disease. And this is the number of the Japanese neurosurgeons. So this shows in Japan, as of 2015, more than 700 Japanese neurosurgeons. We have 7,000 Japanese neurosurgeons. Compared to American, that's big. The number of population in the US is almost 3 times as much as Japanese population. But number of neurosurgeons in the US is almost half of the Japanese neurosurgeon. So if you have any stroke, you can go to Japan to have treatment earlier. In the US, it's more difficult to get the treatment fast. 3,689 as of 2012 in the US. And we had ex-fellows 6 months ago. He left to Panama. He came from Panama, and he has been here for a year. He's a neurosurgeon in Panama. He said in Panama, there are only 40 neurosurgeons. 40. They had more than 1 million people, but they only had 40 neurosurgeons. So he should be a good neurosurgeon. He will be, I believe. Okay, so this is showing the first neurosurgery operation in Japan. It was 1877. 1877. It's 150 years ago, almost 150 years ago, 140 years ago. A soldier had a gunshot wound during the domestic war. In 1868, Japan had a big change in the history. Do you know samurai? Which has a Japanese sword, and 5 is other guys who has a Japanese sword, and that's samurai. And we changed the history. We changed the era from samurai era and the modern era. That's 1868. So after that revolution, we had so many domestic wars. This was happening in the domestic war. So they did open surgery of the brain in 1877, but we didn't have any antibiotics, and the patient had meningitis, and in 10 days after surgery, the patient died. So this is a domestic war, which is called a Seinan War. This is the largest domestic war in Japan in that century. Yeah, this is the Last Samurai. Do you guys know Last Samurai? Have you ever watched that movie? All right, thank you. Of course, 5 times.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. So actually I talked about this topic with my wife a couple of days ago, and I googled. That was almost 20 years ago. I can't believe that, but this is about Japanese, culture and Japanese history. But this movie was taken in New Zealand. I was surprised. I thought that was Japan, but that was not. All right. Now this is a map of Japan. I don't remember why I go back to Japan. This Japan has 4 big, not big, America. So this is the main island of Japan. Hokkaido, Shikoku, Kyushu. This is close by the South Korea, not North Korea, South Korea. This is called Kyushu Island. Nobody comes from North Korea, right? Okay, so this is called Kyushu Island. This crewman is where I came from. But this picture showed different things. This Takamori Saigo is last samurai of Japan, who did the last domestic war, and he came from this area of Japan. And actually, this is showing the first neurosurgical, the tumor in the brain, the operation of the tumor in the brain. And the left guy is Albert Einstein. So this is the first surgeon who did surgery of the tumor in the brain in Japan. So in the early 20th century, the general surgeon did neurosurgery mostly. So we didn't have a department of neurosurgery. We had a department of the general surgery, and some of those doctors did the surgery of the neuro or spinal cord. And this is the first chair of the neurosurgery in Japan. It's 1950. It's very recently, yeah. And if you are interested in to go to the medical school, if you are interested in going to the neurosurgery, as a special medical field, you will know this person. This is a world famous neurosurgeon from the U.S., from the University of Florida. Doctor's name is Dr. Otten. Everybody knows Dr. Otten, who is if you are a neurosurgeon. Even I know this doctor because he's too famous. And then he's also a good anatomist. He was a neurosurgeon and a good anatomist. He had more than 500 publications at that time. He didn't have a computer when he started his study. At that time, if you have a 500 publication, that's huge. Okay. The center guy is Dr. Otten, and most of the other guys are from Japan, because Dr. Otten had so many fellows from Japan. In total, probably 32 or 33 fellows are from Japan to University of Florida to get some teaching from Dr. Otten. These are all list of the fellows from Japan. Yeah. And actually, Dr. Otten visited Japan several times. He visited here. Yellow area is where I came from. Actually, he visited my hometown long time ago. I didn't know that, but this is after I was born, but I was born in Tokyo, not this area, so I didn't know that. But before I moved to this area, he visited. And do you know this? What this picture shows? This is a very funny picture. Dr. Otten is such a tall guy. He at that time he was probably older than 75 years old, but even at this time he was always push up. He did always push up. I don't know why, but with his colleagues, this is in the hotel. I don't know why, but he always tell his fellows, let's do push up. And they had to do that. All right. The right bottom picture shows Saga. Saga is where I grew up. That's where Dr. Otten visited and did a push-up. And this is my elementary school and junior and high school. And Dr. Otten published lots of publications and video books. He contributed a lot to the neurosurgery. And some may say research on microsurgical anatomy is complete. Many of you probably believe that we know all the anatomy. We know everything about human anatomy. But I am doing anatomy research because it's not complete yet. So why we are doing anatomy research is basically two different aspects. Appearance of the neurosurgical treatment. If you develop a new procedure, new neurosurgical procedure, we need to know different anatomy. If you approach to the spinal cord from this way, you need to know this anatomy, not this anatomy, right? And if you develop the surgical technology, like instruments or a new modality, facility, you need to investigate them. So this is a very famous Otten book. And he said insights gained from the other medical sciences and new technology when combined with our increasing knowledge of microsurgical anatomy will create new surgical possibility, therapies and cures. This is exactly what we are doing at SSF as a research and education. Yeah.